Now we're going to run some calls through the client and see how it performs for call control. First, I'm going to receive a call. Now you notice that once I have an active call, I have a number of different options. I can mute that call, and you notice that when it's muted I get a visual indicator that I've got the call muted. I can put the call on hold, and this is interesting because this will be the only way that we can have internal music on hold is when the party that's put the call on hold is a ShoreTel Mobility Client user. If you put a call on hold using the ShoreTel Mobility Client, you will actually get music on hold that's generated by the ShoreTel Mobility router. We'll look at transfer, conference, and add call in a minute. But I also want to point out that you can utilize the selections in here to either leverage the speakerphone on your mobile device, so move it to speaker and back again, and you can also do a manual handover. So you'll notice that right now I'm on Wi-Fi, and you can tell that I'm on Wi-Fi because of the icon that you see up here. So when a user sees that, they know that they're on a Wi-Fi call rather than a cellular call. If I want to do a manual handoff from Wi-Fi to cellular, I'm going to hit that handover button and move that over to cellular. Of course, the application will also monitor where you're at and trigger automated handoffs as well. I can manage multiple incoming calls as well. So if I place a second call into the client, that alerts, and you'll notice that I've got a couple of different options here. So I can either decline the call, I can move over to that call and end the call that I'm on, or what I'll do now is answer that call and put the other call on hold. So you'll notice that it gives me a little call stack there. So it tells me that Stephen is on hold and I'm live with William. You'll notice also that there's some context sensitivity here too. So once I have two calls going, I have the ability to swap calls. So if I hit that swap key, you'll notice that I go live with Stephen, and I swap again, and I go back and go live with William. I can make multiple calls as well, so I'll go ahead and make that first call. And you notice that when I enter in a digit string and I'm calling a 4-digit extension, it puts in that first parentheses in there, which is a little bit disconcerting at first. But what's really happening there is that the dialer doesn't know whether you're going to dial a 7-digit number or a 10-digit number or a 4-digit enterprise extension. And so what it does is it expects that there may be more digits coming, and it starts to classify that in a way that would allow an area code to go in there. So I'll show you what I mean. If I start to type in 1512 and then put in another digit after that, you'll see that it starts to represent that as an area code. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place two calls from the client. So we'll get one call going, get that answered, and then we'll place another call. So I'll do that by selecting Add Call, and you notice that at any time if I want to return from this back to the call, you'll see that flashing red at the top, and I can touch that and go right back to the call I was in. But in this case, I'm going to add a call. And now I'll have the same environment that I had when I was taking multiple inbound calls. I'll have my call stack, and I can use my swap to go back and forth between those two calls. And we'll take a quick look at conference and transfer. So when I receive a call and I've answered that call, I have my transfer and conference options. If I select that conference option, it will ask me to enter another number, and when I do that and select conference, you'll see that I now have one call on hold, and I have the new call available to me, and I hit my join key, and that brings the calls together. You'll also notice up in the top right, I now have an icon that indicates to me that I have a conference call. And transfer is simple. We'll take an active call, hit our transfer key, indicate that I want to transfer to a contact, select that number, hit transfer.